This is a Hot Pie Media original. Hi, I'm Deb, and this is my podcast.
I don't know anything. I don't know anything. Why racist white guys keep winning elections? Why stocks and bond yields move in opposite directions? Why Deborah calls eggplants aubergines? What color was that dress from 2015? Deborah, tell me, I don't know anything. You're listening to the Deb O'Keefe Podcast, the podcast where Deb O'Keefe doesn't know anything.
I was having a coffee with a friend the other day, and although this is actually an ad for Early Bird CBD gummies, I want to tell this story because it reads like an ad, and it wasn't. It was really just natural, and one of the reasons I really love Early Bird CBD gummies, and I'm so happy that they're a sponsor of the show because I believe in them, and I want to share that with you. And like I said, I was with my friend Tyler having a coffee yesterday, and we talking about some of the struggles that we've had in the last couple of years, you know, since COVID, a lot of mental health issues and struggles with identity. Who am I? You know, the usual nonsense that goes through your head sometimes if you're like me. And I said, look, I use these gummies, and I reached into my bag and I had one gummy left in my Early Bird gummy little 4-pack. And I gave it to him. I was like, you got to try it. Just, you know, when you get home, you'll feel nice and relaxed. You're not going to get wasted out of your brain with this. And it really does help me with my anxiety. And he was thrilled, absolutely thrilled as well when he read the back. Now, he knows more about CBD and THC than I do because he used to live in California and he's used to that grade of stuff, which we can't usually get here in Texas until Early Bird CBD gummies. You've got 2.5 milligrams of THC. You've got 12.5 milligrams of CBD. They're formulated for fun. They're from right here in Austin, and they really do help people. Check them out, guys. You're going to get 20% off everything on the site when you use my code DEB. So go to earlybirdcbd.com/Deb, or just use my code at earlybirdcbd.com. Use it today. I don't know about you, but I always feel like with my friend group, who I consider my family, there's always some event, a party, a kids event, celebrating something, and I love it. I'm a big fan of that. But you know what I'm not a big fan of is cooking because I'm not really that good at it. Plus, it gets really hot in my kitchen, and I can't stand it. I don't like a hot kitchen. So when I found out about the Festive Kitchen, I was super stoked. And I've actually already ordered some items from the Festive Kitchen for myself. But now I've got some holiday parties coming up. I'm going to be ordering some stuff. We also had a little celebration in the Hot Pie Media studio the other week. And so I ordered some of the frozen cookie dough balls. You heard me right. They ship straight to your house. They ship frozen from the Festive Kitchen. They ship all over the US, and they're amazing. I got some chocolate chip, and trust me, I'm not usually a big fan of chocolate chip because it's not right. But when you're cooking them yourself and they come out and they're all moist, I bought the rest up here to the office folks, and they absolutely loved them. They were all gone within a few minutes. They were delicious. So you can bring homemade cookies. If you don't want to make cookies, you're not a good baker, you can do that. But they have other things as well. You can in fact order entire holiday meals. If you go into a potluck, maybe you can bring something from Festive Kitchen and they're going to think you made it. You can lie and tell them you did. It's up to you. Festive Kitchen doesn't mind, but they make everything from their hands, from scratch. There's nothing unrecognizable in this food, and it is delicious. You get 20% off your first order right now if you use my code DEB. That's festivekitchen.com/Deb, festivekitchen.com/Deb. Well, that's true. I don't really know anything. You know what I do know though? This week I had a dentist appointment. I had just your annual checkup, look under the hood, see if anything's moved, see if anything needs to be filled in. It's always my biggest fear. I'm going to have a filling. I swear for years, every time I went to the dentist for a checkup, I had a filling. I was given weak teeth, I think, guys. Weak teeth and bones. They break a lot. Anyway, whatever. So I went this time, and they said, oh, we haven't seen you since 2017. I thought, God, that's disgusting, really, not to have your teeth cleaned that long. But I must have gone in between somewhere else, right? 4 years. I did have Invisalign for a couple of years in the middle there. So Invisalign dentists, did you check my teeth and clean them? I really don't remember. But I was dreading the report from the hygienist. And it was actually really great because she started off, she led me down the wrong path initially. She's like, "Oh, how long has it been again since we've seen you?" And I said, 4 years. Well, sometimes if you haven't had your teeth cleaned in 4 years, you can get gum recession and all this shit. So I'm freaking out a little bit. And she gets in there and she starts doing the scrapey things. Guess what, guys? There's no barnacles on my teeth. She said it looked like I had been 6 months ago. And I know this is a dumb thing to talk about going to the dentist, but I gave myself a pat on the back. Because when you're a grown-up, you haven't got your mum telling you have to go to the dentist every 6 months or whatever it is. And so you just forget. And then if they're working all right, you don't worry about it. But anyway, so I was quite proud of myself. And I think the reason why my teeth weren't so grimy is since my Invisalign, it sort of smushed my teeth back out. That was my problem with my teeth, was that I felt they were a bit crowded and I couldn't floss, which of course is terribly bad for you. So once I got the Invisalign, they stretched my teeth out a little bit. That's probably the scientific term for it. So then I use the little floss picks all the time after every meal, after everything I eat. I use those little floss picks because I don't want any food in between my teeth because I'm paranoid about it. And I think that was it. So I get a 10 out of 10 from Dr. Mark. What up, his hygienist? I'm pretty proud of myself today. But I tell you what, also is I feel a bit strange. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're thinking, "Oh, you're just wearing a white shirt, Deb, you're fine." But I put on some, if you're not watching, I've got a white shirt on. It's kind of one of my favorite white shirts. And actually it's cream, it's off-white. And I got some jeans on, but these are like super duper boot cut. I don't know what I was feeling today. And I got a pair of brown boots on underneath, but does this look country to you, Colton? Am I looking like a country fool? A little country? Just a little bit country. Not a fool, he said. That's all right. I'm not trying to be country, but I'm wearing some big old flared jeans. They make me sit very unladylike as well. I don't know why I feel. Is it because I feel like I'm in a saloon? I don't know. Anyway, guys, I'm very excited about the show today. Very excited about my guest. It's an old friend of mine, and he's a stand-up comedian, but so many other things as well. So make sure you don't go anywhere. Everybody, it's my guest, Doug Mellard, as people love to call him. Doug Mellard, right? Mellard. Yeah. Mellard.
Not that erd sounds better than ard.
Doug Mellard. I've been saying Doug Mellard for as long as I have known you.
That's okay. I don't correct
What's
anyone
more
ever.
annoying, Doug Mellard or Doug Mellard?
Just having lard in anything is weird. I'm not, especially right now. I'm out of shape.
Are you feeling lardy?
Oh man,
God, I'm lardy as well.
It's been since I haven't lifted weight or done anything of note except for drink and eat bad food since May.
Just May,
yeah, because I moved back to Austin.
You did,
and it was that thing of like, we'll get back into a routine once we settle in, but like moving's terrible. You just don't ever settle in.
It's a nightmare.
But the cool thing is, because we haven't settled in, just kept partying, drinking, eating crappy food all the time, ordering in. It's great.
Oh my God, you'll get sick of that soon.
Yeah,
you really will.
My wife will turn her back and I'll unpack stuff so we can keep eating crap. Kind of liking it. I don't
Are you
miss
seriously
the gym.
like still living in boxes?
Pretty much.
Or like pulling things out of stuff? Oh, that'd kill me.
I hate it. I'm over it.
Did you move because Doug, when you got all rich and famous and fancy, decided that LA was the place to be, and you since realized that was dumb, and you can still be rich and famous and fancy in Austin?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But you were.
I realized Austin was always where I should have been.
Yeah.
But actually, you know what? I'm glad. I shouldn't say that. I loved LA, and I just have to preface that I'm not one of the LA people that just moved here.
No.
I'm not part of that. I mean, I did migrate here. But I lived here first. Yep. I'm just coming home.
They were copying you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're not an LA transplant. I'm
right.
sure people do get really annoyed with that here, which is, it's a phenomenon. If you're an Austinite, you know what I mean? Or maybe you live in Asheville, North Carolina, and you've got all the people moving to you now.
It's everywhere, yeah.
I guess somewhat. The thing that bothers me most about this Californians to Austin is just that they have way more cash than we do for houses.
Yes.
Because you sell your house in California that is, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. You can buy a 5-bedroom, 18-bathroom here for that. And that makes it unaffordable for us because you bring in all these cash offers in. Luckily, I'm on the housing ladder, so I'm okay.
Sure.
You used to live on the east side. When you came back, how did you find that transition of having to find a new place?
Even buying a house was out of the question. Like
fucking Californians,
it's crazy. Yeah, idiots, jerks, get out of here.
Get off my lawn.
No, but even finding a rental, like it was competitive. Like places fell through time after time again to where we basically just had a very short window to get in and out of LA, and for a chunk of that, like we didn't have a place on the other end to look forward to. We thought we were gonna have to Airbnb for the summer, maybe.
Oh my god!
Like we didn't know what we were doing, and like because places kept falling through, and then, the place we ended up with, we ended up being first in line, which is exciting. That's like the main part of it. You have to just refresh your listings every 4 seconds. And then within...
That's worse than buying Dave Matthews Band tickets online in the olden days.
Yeah.
Or whoever cool band you went to see. I totally didn't go see Dave Matthews. I love Dave Matthews.
Yeah, I miss him. Is he still...
R.I.P. Sorry, Dave. Doug just announced it. You heard it first. Dave Matthews just passed.
He just toured. Well, I guess it's just I missed all music for a while there.
Yeah. I think he's still out there doing stuff.
Yeah, no, he definitely is.
No, you're right. So that sounds like a nightmare, though.
It was awful. It was awful.
But you're here now.
I'm here and I love it.
Okay, what do you think of the place? Because you were just being a beggar, not a chooser at that point. You probably couldn't be super duper picky.
It's great. It's awesome.
Good.
It's in a great location. It was scary. It was sight unseen because you can't
be picky.
Yeah. So like we were nervous because pictures in real estate, they can make anything look great.
Their real estate agents are better than any like Insta-ho that you've ever seen. They know angles. Yep. They know filters. That one where it makes the bathroom look like it actually has room to stand in it as well as have the shower in the tub. Yeah. It's like, how? It's magic.
It's crazy.
But they did all right.
It was fine. It was dirty when we showed up, which that can make it up top. It was a little like, is this okay? But
just needed a clean, but that was it.
The people, whoever lived where we lived before we got there, I was worried because, we'll be up late and have people over late and kind of be loud sometimes.
You're fun guys.
Yeah, we're fun guys. And, but apparently the people before us were really fun guys. And all the neighbors were like, they were just screaming till 5 a.m. every day. And so it set the bar so low for us, which was great.
You couldn't be anything but great.
Yeah, we're awesome. We're the cool neighbors. and I don't stay up as late as I thought anyway. So, but yeah, it's when we showed up, the trash was just overflowing with party supply. There was like a double-headed dildo in there and like
you
all
kept
sorts
that,
of fun
obviously.
stuff. Oh yeah. I brought it with me.
Put it in the dishwasher.
See it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, I didn't even watch it. It's fine.
5-second rule, 5-hour rule. If it's been inside someone's anus for an hour, it's definitely clean.
Oh man,
sorry,
you're making me miss my grandma.
Oh, she used
to say that.
She really liked the taste of that thing. Sorry, Grandma. That was unnecessary.
My grandma's dead.
Bless her. So I don't think, how could anyone's grandparents still be alive? I just found out that a friend of mine's, I was consoling her because I'd heard she'd lost her grandmother, and she was like, well, it was my great grandmother. I'm like, wait, so you still have a grandmother?
How?
She was like, well, I have all of them apart from the
my God.
Like, I don't remember a time, they've never all been alive in my life. My granddad died before I was born, I think. My dad's dad. But yeah, no, they just all died off in my family.
Yeah, I felt like I was kind of lucky and I was the last of my friends that had
a grandparent.
And I did have all 4 for a while.
Oh, that is lucky.
But I just lost my two. It was weird. My 2 grandfathers died around the same time, and then my 2 grandmothers died around the same time, right before quarantine, kind of.
Wow.
So like, but yeah, it was weird because I just felt lucky,
Yeah.
But yeah, most people, like, it is weird when you hear a friend talking about their grandmother. I'm like,
well, when you're our age as well.
How? Are they 180? Like, what's going on?
I did see a video of a 108-year-old great-great-great-grandmother holding her 2-week-old great-great-great, one of many great. I don't know how they last that long.
Yeah.
I've talked about this a little bit with people on the show. I had Jenny Johnson High Five on recently.
Yeah,
She's
nice.
awesome comedian. And we were like, I don't think we want to live forever. Like a lot of people say we just want to live and keep going.
No.
I don't think I want that. I have a fear of losing my teeth.
Yeah.
And it's not irrational when you get to a certain age. Like it's more than likely probable.
Yeah, and then having the fake teeth where you talk all weird and then...
Or it comes out.
Right, and then my knees are already like 100 years old somehow, so like...
It's my back.
Yeah, I was squatting earlier watching a butterfly hatch or whatever. I have weird mornings. Wow. But the way I was squatting, I couldn't even get up. And I'm like, what's happening? Just kill me.
Someone rock me up.
Yeah, I just yelled for you. I was like, hey, I missed the podcast.
That might change though. You and your wife, you're married. You got married a few years ago, but you don't have kids yet. Are you going to have kids? Is that thing? So yeah, you can die early. You don't have anyone to look after. I
want to have some fun still, but
yeah,
when my knees get to be even worse, then you
just get new ones then. If you're still having fun. My stepdad got a new knee. And I guess the new way they do it, and he was like up and about the next day. Or something.
He like plays football and wrestles and stuff.
I think he's just basically a golfer.
Nice.
But yeah,
well, that's still pretty good.
Still gets out there and does it on his bionic knee. There's hope for your knees yet.
It's better than me eating pizza and drinking bourbon.
Dude, I don't know what it was. I mean, those two things are great. Together, separately, with other food groups, they're amazing. But this year, even though it wasn't as bad as last year, it's continued to be a bit of a like WTF year for when I think people's schedules and normalcy.
It's like easing back into, I feel like now we're finally at a place where it's becoming a little more normal, but I almost found post-quarantine, like the reshuffling slowly, but when nobody knew what was going on still, that was almost worse than settling into quarantine. Yeah, because once you settled in and kind of figured out your situation and you got used to it, it was like, all right, this is just what it is. Yeah. But then there's the whole territory of what's happening now? What's okay?
What's okay about, where do we go this? Are we doing cinemas now?
Right.
Are we doing concerts? Because I didn't do ACL this year.
Oh, wow, yeah.
First year that it's been on that I didn't attend when I wasn't like with walking pneumonia or something. And I just didn't feel comfortable this year. So there you're right. It's that half one foot in, 1 foot out of quarantine. We're still having to be careful, but
yeah, I've been to 2 concerts and one was last night, vax cards, all that. And then, outdoors and stuff. And then the other one was real safe, but yeah, it's just kind of picking and choosing battles. And I think like I'm gonna get. Have you gotten your booster?
Not yet, but I will definitely when I can.
Then I'm just doing all the things. I can't
getting that double-ended dildo out and having just the biggest neighborhood bashes. You better give me your address.
Oh, you'll know. You'll know.
How's stand-up been? Did you do any virtual shows? Because I spoke to Jenny about that a bit, and she was just like, "It kills your soul."
I did a handful. Yeah. I did one very early on, like days in, and was like, I guess this is cool, got paid and stuff. But like immediately the woman running the show lived in Hawaii and she had a bunch of pet chickens.
And she's
and she's in the center of it. And there's all these people around in the little grid watching me perform. And it's already uncomfortable enough, but then her chickens get loose or something, and she's just running after these chickens, and nobody gives a crap about what I'm saying. Like, I'm more entertained by the chickens. And after that, I was like, I'm not doing this again. So I didn't do it for months. I was like, if this is what, and people kept telling me like, there's not always chickens on the shows, Doug. That's a rare thing. And I knew that had to be the case, but I still just, it just didn't feel good. Like you have to connect with the crowd. Yeah. That's the whole, and they're either muted or they're not. I don't know. I did a few, I did a handful, and some of them were okay, but the best virtual show isn't as good as a bad live show.
I agree that there's something about it. But you've been doing other things. You've been writing, and now you're like in a real movie. Like, can you even talk about this?
I can. I'm trying to figure out what exactly I can say.
Oh, we can just dump it all in post. If you want to give all the secrets, they'll cut it up for you.
Put Patrick Swayze's head over my head, like just none of it's me.
Wait, Patrick Swayze's in this movie?
Yeah,
he's definitely dead.
Yeah, we got Ghost. He was in Ghost, but now we made him a ghost in the movie. So like things shifted. You try to find ways to stay relevant and whatnot. And when we started this thing out, it was actually the beginning of quarantine. A buddy, Dan Riddle, a great editor like in television, he approached my friend Joe Ahern, who I was writing this other project
I know
with.
him.
You know Joe?
He's from here.
No. He's from Boston.
No. I know a guy with that name.
It's
who moved out to like
kind of
LA to be a comedian. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's funny. But yeah, Dan approached Joe about potential with this idea that like nothing was being made. All of our actor friends were frozen. Nobody was doing anything at the time. It was the very beginning.
And you're in LA and you had much stricter lockdown
I was actually
than we
in
did.
Santa Fe. I was in quarantine. I was in Santa Fe for much of quarantine. They were both in LA in separate places. And the idea was we can make a feature. If we can make the story exciting, we can potentially make a feature for almost no money because you can have footage coming in from all over if you have to, I don't want to say it's like a Zoom or FaceTime movie. There is a lot of that.
You can edit things together.
Yeah, but like we tried to make this story as dynamic as possible so you don't feel like you're trapped in phones. It's not all over phones. But anyway, we started writing a movie and we made a quarantine movie in quarantine the safest way possible. Yeah, with the tiniest, on set, it would be 3 people.
Oh, wow.
Doing all the jobs. Like that's not normal. And then we kind of wrote it and just jumped right in. And it's the story of, it's called The Disappearance of Toby Blackwood. Mm-hmm. And it's the story of a divorced man. My buddy Joe plays the lead character. He's going through divorce at the beginning of quarantine, finds out that a friend from middle school has gone missing. And instead of dealing with his own emotional problems in quarantine and boredom, I guess, he decides to just do this manhunt, but he has to find him from his own home. So like and the character that I play is the missing character. He happens to be a YouTube conspiracy theorist nut job. So trying to find this it's basically Q, we didn't know what Q was, by the way, when
but you invented a character.
Conspiracy theories was starting to pop up early in all this. And so we had to do a lot of research on all these weird conspiracy theories. And there's a lot of that in there. And, we're just kind of poking fun of it. But at the time we were like, is this stuff going to be relevant in a year? And it's so more relevant. And it's crazy. But
did you manifest Q?
Yeah, we might have. I'm sorry.
You bastards, what you've done. So many people lost to COVID.
Whoops.
Well done. No. So that's really cool though. And that was your first time doing something. Well, I guess anyone's first time doing something like that because of COVID.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy. We did end up, it took a lot longer than we thought. We thought it was going to be this easy 3-month process and it's like a year and a half later and we're almost done. We're actually, but kind of because of the nature of what it was, we were lucky in that we got some bigger names to be a part of it because people wanted to do stuff and people wanted to help people doing, outside the box kind of projects. And so awesome. It's been fun. And we're actually right now in the Portland Film Festival, which is now virtual. It wasn't initially, but so you can actually watch it now. It still has some tweaks to be added later, but
when it gets picked up and distributed by a massive name.
Right. Yeah. Huh? Anybody out there?
Say it into the camera and they will hear it.
Buy our movie.
Get it now before someone else jumps in.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So can peasants watch it?
You can watch it right now at the portlandfilm.org.
Oh, that's brilliant.
You can look at it's The Disappearance of Toby Blackwood.
Could have told me that beforehand, Doug. I could have watched it and researched.
Oh yeah, that would have made sense.
But that's good. That's fine. I'll go watch it tonight.
Yeah.
Give me something to do. It's brilliant.
It's fun. It's goofy. You're going to recognize several people in there.
Names we can't mention.
Well, I don't know who I can and cannot say, which is unfortunate. Yeah.
But you'll know once you go
you
and
will.
see it.
There's going to be some big surprises, you guys. Check it out. Some people, there's some heroes of mine in this film. So
really?
it's crazy. Like I was blown away. Like people were just very, very sweet about the whole thing.
That's wonderful. And you're the disappearing guy.
Yeah, I play a weirdo.
It's got to be fun
surprise.
though.
Oh, it's great. It's fun to get lost in a dumb character. People are going to come after me. It's going to be scary. No.
Yeah, they are scary out there, but we're not the biggest targets for them right now.
Right.
They're out there though. Last week, I went to Refine Aesthetics. They're a premier boutique med spa downtown Austin. You can find them online at refineaesthetics.com because I decided now I'm not out and about so much in the sun because the sun is starting to go away a little bit. It's not so hot outside. It's time to take care of my skin. Now, I wear sunscreen all year round, but in talking with Courtney, who's the PA, the owner, she's the physician's assistant who, guys, did you know that's almost a doctor? That's like, she can do so much that a doctor can do. And that's why I love being under her care for my skin. And she said it really is. It's like laser treatment season. So she had a look at my skin and looked at some of the issues that I have. And I was very well aware of them. I look at it every day. And so we did the BBL, which is broadband light therapy laser. And I really wanted to kind of even out some of my skin tone. It also reverses the signs of aging because it stimulates collagen. There are so many great ways to address some of these issues that we all have with our skin in one shape or form. It's not all that they do as well. They've got body contouring there. They have the Diamond Glow. One of my girlfriends just got the Diamond Glow facial and she literally says she feels like she's glowing. So if you feel like your skin needs that little pick-me-up, they can help you with that at Refine Aesthetics. Don't forget to mention my name, Deb, and the podcast. You'll get 15% off your first treatment. That's 15% off at refineaesthetics.com. And you're still doing your top of this movie. You've been doing this podcast with Doug Benson, the other Doug in our lives.
Yeah.
And you did that throughout the whole thing. You guys never took a break from doing the podcast? Or?
Yeah, we actually started it in kind of a few months in, like maybe July of 2020.
And that's the Wide World of Dougs.
Wide World of Dougs with Doug Benson and
the other Doug.
And this Doug. And it was just kind of, similar in the way it came together where it's just, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like try to like put stuff out there, remain, in the scene because, neither of us at the time were doing stand up live. So just any kind of project, I felt like you put out there, do it. And it's been really fun. We've had a lot of great guests on there and we explore the inner workings of names.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love that. I can't wait to be a guest actually because I have so much to say.
You've got a very interesting name that could be picked apart in many ways.
Oh, I've been working on that for over 40 years.
Yeah.
I've got issues with your name.
With your name?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm talking to you right now. Name. You know who you are. I do.
You're not a fan of your own name?
No, I'm not. And there's loads of reasons and it's multifaceted. And I'll just do a big tease and say we'll talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
We just been invited. We just need to get a date down.
Oh my God. Can't wait.
But you guys do it separately because Doug's in LA and you do it from your home.
Yeah, I was doing it from Santa Fe. I'm sure I did one or two in LA. We've only done one in person here when he came through for the Moon Tower Festival.
Oh, right.
So it was really strange that we did one in person. It wasn't even in LA. It was here. So it really was odd to start out Santa Fe, LA, and then do one live both in Austin. It's just bizarre, but yeah. But I mean, and that was a cool thing too. Like, as far as like, like I'm sure you've had some, or you had Doug on recently, right?
Yeah, Doug was on a few weeks ago.
Yeah, so like it is cool that we've all learned this virtual world. So
and it's not us so much. I feel like that have pivoted as much. It's the audience.
Right.
Because being in radio for 20 years, I had a pretty hard rule. Unless it was, I don't know, Al Pacino or someone, we didn't like doing phone interviews.
Yeah.
We found them to be very impersonal.
Yes.
Very difficult a lot of times. Saying that we did do a bunch.
Yeah.
I'm exaggerating about Al Pacino. We had Doug Benson on the phone. But we much prefer people when they're in the studio. And so with COVID last year, we had to pivot on the radio show and in podcast world, I imagine, to allowing the Zoom opportunities. But because of that, it's just become so much the norm now. An audience doesn't go, oh, well, this is going to be less good quality.
Yeah, they buy in. Yeah.
It's just the way it is now. It's like that's how you have to do it.
Right.
And so I think that now I'm less sort of picky about that, or I was worried about that in the beginning, the quality of it. But now that everybody does it, that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And it's not as fun as having you in studio.
No,
I give you a big hug.
Yeah, this is always better. But
yeah. I do have to apologize for not bringing your mate Alfie.
I know. I was so excited.
I got a cute picture right here of you and Alfie. I'll just do that because it'll be on the screen for the YouTube video. But it was the last time we hung out in person, which was so long ago because of COVID. It was St. Patrick's Day. I think 2019.
Wow.
19.
Yeah, so wow.
Because it wasn't last year. St. Patrick's Day didn't happen. That was the week in Austin that we knew COVID was like it was really going to affect us. It was South by got cancelled. Our St. Patrick's Day broadcast got
so
canceled.
that would have been 2018 maybe. Because I wasn't here for the South by that got canceled. Or that was 2020. Oh, you're right, 2019.
2019, yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know what year it is.
Because, the next South by was canceled, like right at the time. But yeah, that 2019 St. Patty's Day.
Alfie was just like this big, teeny little, stinky little puppy with his painted shamrock on his back.
Yeah, so cute. And then I don't remember the rest of the day because
there isn't a second part of the St. Patrick's Day.
What was
it's
that?
Just the first part.
Yeah. Well, but we were at it early. Like it, and it was
always.
Like we had already all done South by Southwest. And then it's like the cap off where it's like you're kind of just a zombie.
So done.
And then I was just thinking, man, I'm not going to drink on this thing. And then like, was it Irish car bomb? Is that what it's called?
The listeners love just walking up and handing you an Irish car bomb.
That was my first one, and then it was immediately followed by my second one, and then I blacked out, and then we were here.
Like, 2 years later, 2.5.
Pretty much, that's what it feels like, right? Like,
there's no time in between.
God.
Good friends never need 2.5 years in between of silence.
It has been forever. It was so good hugging you. It's crazy. Like you're real.
Like honestly, just going back to COVID and that hugging people, I really missed that last year. And I'm not one of those over huggers. Yeah. I'm not going to hug everyone every time I see them. But there are sometimes you just think, it's been 2.5 years. Right. It's going to be a great hug.
Oh man,
and missing that last year.
And trying to not lose sight of that. Because like I feel like we're all doing normal enough things now. Where like I might see a friend, like I haven't seen you in a while, and we'll hug, and then in the middle of the hug, I'm like, wait, this is like COVID special. Like, no, I'm saying like
the other way
that I haven't seen you, and then it's like, this is our first, because it can, when you see somebody like that, like it can almost become so automatic, like you're snapped right back to where you were, but it's like, no, think about what has happened and how special this is to be in this moment. And like this is cool. This is cool.
It is really nice to have you in studio.
It's great.
I was gonna suggest when we do your podcast, Wide World of Doug's, you and I should be in one room and Doug should be another. But that would be weird.
Oh yeah.
Like if we were together live and Doug was that would not be.
I don't know. We could talk about it. It'd be funny.
No, I don't think that'd be really weird. I was just thinking that'd be great because you're here and I'm here. But
yeah,
I think that'd be strange.
Well, he comes through a lot too.
He does. He likes Austin.
He's through. He's here as much as I am, I feel like. Somehow, like he really does. Yeah, he got stuck here at the beginning of quarantine or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was in Austin for South by maybe, and then just got stuck and like lived in a ghost town.
It got weird.
Yeah, it got very weird.
It got very weird. Well, listen, I would just like to say from my family of animals to yours and well, God, I hate asking people this. Is Penny? Penny still with us?
Oh, yes. But
okay, so I just got really nervous. Shit.
I just started crying. No, she's doing great. She's going on 14, but still, like last night at 1 a.m., she just popped up and brought a toy over and just started running around, got the zoomies.
Oh,
going on 14. That's crazy.
Brilliant.
Yeah, she's good.
Does she still have more followers on Instagram than you?
She by a lot. Yes, it's not even close. Still, she's got 40,000 or 41 or something.
At Luckiest Penny.
Yep, at Luckiest Penny.
She's
still
a cool
being
girl.
Cute. Oh my God, she's such a. How do we live without dogs? How would we? I don't understand.
I don't know. This one likes to. Alfie here likes to. When we go to bed, he'll snuggle up and like get all cute up near my shoulder or under my armpit. And most dogs can't do that because their snout would then be in the pit and they wouldn't be able to breathe.
Right.
But because he's a deformed Frenchie, it's on the top. So he gets right in there and he can still breathe. And then he'll do a little turnaround and it's almost perfect timing that he'll fart in my face.
Oh my God.
Such a farty dog. I suppose I should be used to it because I had Blue Boy, my other doggy behind me who passed away a couple of years ago. He was a pretty prolific farter.
Oh God. Yeah, that'll.
But pound for pound, Alfie's is just.
Penny, like the cubic feet that it lets out, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, how
Like,
does that
you have to
thing
leave.
come from?
Like you just leave your place, like, and then give it 20
Air it
minutes.
for 3 days.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is like a good length of time.
Is this where you have your stand-up CDs are called Fart Safari because you've just lived in the world of farts with Penny for so long?
I do.
Or is that you?
I do have. It's a mix. No, it was actually the name Fart Safari. So I do have 3 albums.
I love them.
The first one was Fart Safari, and that came from. I think I was actually hanging out with my cousin's dog, this beautiful husky named Newman. Love that guy. And either he farted or I did. And I was really stoned. And there's a documentary, like some nature thing that on TV, and the word safari came on with the fart in the air. And I was like, Fart Safari, that's funny. Because I was trying to think of a name, but everything was so serious. And I was like, I don't want a serious name. And I was like, Fart Safari, let's go the opposite of serious. And then there's Fart Safari 2, Fart Harder. And then Fart Safari 3, Fart Hard with a Vengeance. Everybody's like, don't keep doing this. And I was like, every time somebody told me not to do it, I was like, I would double down. But
what would the next one be if there was a fourth? If
it
we're
would.
doing
I was
Die
just
Hard
I was just doing. So the next Die Hard was it would have been a fart.
Fart harder.
Fart. Fart
Safari.
Fart Safari. Fart. Live free or fart hard. That would be it. But I bailed on it.
Great.
I made it a trilogy because I did in quarantine in my time in Santa Fe. I recorded an album, like a one-off called "I'm Worried About Me" that you can get right now, and it's which just comes from something that somebody says in the middle of the performance. But it was me with my Jesus quarantine hair and everything,
Nice.
and I wrote an hour of material in quarantine about my time and because I knew on the other side of quarantine, I wasn't going to want to talk about that stuff and audiences were going to want to move on. But I had written a bunch of stuff kind of in my head and I started packing it away, and I basically wrote it in a month. And I, after 7 months off, and just did a one-off record, like recorded on a deck in Santa Fe, spread out with people masked.
Wow.
Did this 1 hour of material and just retired it. And that was that.
That's
it was fun, but it was one of the most nerve-wracking performances. Oddly, like it was in front of like 10 friends.
Oh, and that's
and
it.
But it was just after 7 months doing it in front of a tiny crowd, not really knowing the material yet. It was so scary, even though it was in front of people that I know.
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't have been, but
it's just the fact that you'd have spent all those months not doing anything.
right. Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it was just all like, I got this adrenaline rush as if I were doing like some, arena. Like it was wild, and it was probably just excitement too,
Yeah.
like it's been my first time back here. Like I just did a 7-minute spot and my adrenaline was so high.
Yeah.
And it was no pressure, but it was just first time back. And I opened with a fart joke just to be extra silly
Thank
because
you.
why not?
Thank you. I was thinking about the word fart the other day because I'm a big fan of the word fart.
Yeah.
But in England, do you know, I don't know if you know this, for kids.
You guys call it like a muffin? What do you guys?
It's even better, dude. Like it couldn't, and I wish it took off. Like somehow it didn't have the power that it should have. Like Americans didn't realize this, but in England, kids, usually they don't say fart because fart is rude.
Wow.
Yeah, not allowed to say fart. So you say trump.
Well, wait.
I trumped.
What?
Yes.
That's real?
This just in. And we've been saying it for years. And so all of England's going, President Fart. President Fart.
And he is.
And it just like, no, it didn't spread like wildfire here.
How?
I don't know. It was that was like the best thing about his presidency. And it didn't catch on.
That's so weird.
I talked about it a lot, but I don't know if anyone ever really felt the funniness about it that I did.
Right.
Maybe because it's so new to your ears.
Yeah.
But for years, that's a fart. That is President Fart Face.
Well, we're not cultural over here,
Trumpy McTrumperton, some of my friends call me because I'm a bit gassy. I'm a vegetarian, I eat lots of beans and vegetables and things. So I'm known to be farty. It's actually, I think I get it from my mum. It's
And Alfie.
Yeah, and all my animal families, do cats fart? I don't know if they fart. I don't know if they're smart to cat fart.
Oh, they for sure do.
But that was one of the things that really disappointed me. Isn't that sad?
I'm bummed. You guys, it's so funny that like you.
I think Americans think we're too cultured. Like they think we're all like Bridgerton or Downton Abbey, right? We're not. We're terrible people that do terrible things.
But it's weird.
That have loads of swear words.
Yeah, no, you're very You can be very vulgar, but it's weird. I did start watching the Love Island UK.
Oh God.
And what's weird, and I haven't seen the US version, but I heard to watch the UK version.
Yeah, that's the one to watch last summer.
But what's crazy is how polite they like. It's nothing like, Bachelor in Paradise, where every American just immediately hates the other, and it's all like the guys are just like, measuring their dicks or whatever and wanting to fight each other. Instead, it's like, I saw an episode I can't believe I'm talking about this. I saw an episode last night where like.
Very timely, Doug.
I just got sucked in.
You can still watch it. It's worth a binge.
It's crazy. But there was a guy that got kicked off the island and all the guys were crying.
They're crying. I remember.
And they're kissing him. And I'm like, what? If this was America, they'd be like, sorry, bro.
Yeah,
and they wouldn't want to they maybe fist bump or something.
So much luck.
Yeah, it's weird. But you guys are very polite.
That was a little mix though. There was some Australians because Harry's Australian, isn't he? Harry Australian. Harry's in there.
I've only seen part of one season.
Yeah, Harry and what's her face, the one whose face doesn't move. They end up together. And
Nicole Kidman.
Oh, whoa! I was talking about Nicole Kidman's face the other day with a plastic surgeon friend of mine, and I said, I don't know if this is going too far. What time is it here? We'll wrap this up with this one last story. Mum, tune out right here. But several years ago, I got bitten in the face by a dog. It wasn't my dog. I was fostering and it was my fault. She was laying on her back and I was tickling her tummy. And I just went in to give her a kiss and she like held my face.
Oh my God.
And I just gently was still talking to her like this and just opened her jaws. And then my other dog was there too. And so I didn't want any bad vibes. Right. Anyway,
wow.
Worst comes to the worst. I called Jason at the time and he comes to pick me up and takes me to the plastic surgery office and they stitch it all up. And you really, really can't see that I had all these stitches.
Wow.
But I know they're there. So going back to the plastic surgeon several years after the incident, and it looks pretty good, but I can see these scars. And I'm like, what can we do? And they said, well, Botox is really good for scars. It just relaxes the scars. And I was like, let's do it. I was pretty worried about the way they looked at the time. And so this does tie into Nicole Kidman, I promise. But Mum, again, if you're listening, you just stop right now and fast forward to the end. But
you know she's not.
I was dating a guy at the time, and the Botox.
Oh God!
The Botox.
Where is this going?
It makes your top lip inoperable. Like you couldn't.
Yeah.
You couldn't suck on a straw like for a drink or anything else. It was like you had to like hold.
Oh my God.
You have to hold the top lip down.
Mom, how are you liking this? How are you liking this? I don't know what she's talking about.
So I was like, well, I can't ever do that again. You're a messy eater and everything else is just, messy. It's a mess. So I asked this plastic surgeon because I watched Nicole Kidman most recently in 9 Perfect Strangers, which I fucking loved, and something else she did before, but she does this a lot. Like frustration. And it's because she can't go and pull her lips together.
Right.
So I asked this doctor and she was like, yep, that's exactly, in my medical opinion, what she's had done.
Whoa.
To not move the mouth. So poor old, what's his name? Keith Urban.
Yeah.
If they're into that type of thing, it's a bit messy.
I did not know this was going to go this route today.
Either. We should probably wrap it up on that note and continue this conversation off air. But don't worry, it's all better now. Look, it works again.
So you're back at it.
Back at it. Decided it was not worth the payoff. The good thing with those things is they're undoable. They wear off after a while.
Yeah.
You don't always have to look dead in the face, Nicole Kidman. You can start.
Oh man, yeah. It's how's she gonna play Lucille Ball if she can't move her face?
I don't know.
Lucille Ball had a lot of expression.
She did. Her eyebrows were up here.
Yeah.
I mean, they were probably painted, but they were very, very high.
Yeah, they just paint it differently every other scene.
All right, this scene you're going to be happy. Oh God, I hate being on television. This is the worst. It's so much better if you're just on radio and you don't ever have to look at yourself on the screen as well. And I look at people like Nicole Kidman and I don't blame them. I think, if I was up there with my face 20 feet high.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot to have to.
It's a lot.
You're really under the microscope.
Really, instead of just looking in the mirror going, ugh. It's a lot different when you're.
Ugh.
Look at the size.
God.
My tooth in that scene when I'm on the Alamo Drafthouse Cinema is the size of my head.
Well, yeah, when I sat down, I'm like, I had this side shot initially. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta
Colton,
get
can we have a
gym.
wide shot right now and see which one? And I've, by the way, the whole podcast, I've just like bowled over with my terrible
Yeah, I'm just,
yes, we're
this is quarantine mode still. Just,
I feel like a potato.
we look good.
Oh, you want to go do some push-ups?
Nope.
Tomorrow.
I don't miss it.
I'm starting Monday. I stopped going to the gym for like 2 months. I don't know why. I'm just grossed out by myself. I need to grow up and go to the gym.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
Just have pizza and whiskey on the weekends.
Yeah, or, every day.
Every day.
I'll text you.
Will you?
Yeah.
Let's get together and have some pizza.
You at the gym? How about some bourbon?
Yeah. It's not like I haven't done that before. It's not the best way to go. Doug, so lovely to talk to you.
So good to see you.
It's really lovely to see you in person.
Yeah.
Where can people find you if they want to follow your work and purchase your goods?
At Doug Mellard, Mellard, on all social media.
Isn't that great you got your name?
Yeah, it's lucky.
Great.
Because no one else has that dumb name.
Yeah. Look at mine. I got mine too. What does that tell you?
But and then I'm worried about me, the Fart Safaris. That's all everywhere you get albums. And then the new film, The Disappearance of Toby. What did I say? The Disappearance of Toby Blackwood is out there on the Portland Film Festival site. You can watch it right now. We're very excited about it. Oh, and I didn't even mention, oh my God, the Octopus Project, local band. They're amazing. They did the score for us, and we're very lucky to have them because they are so talented. And that was the band I saw last night, and they were, oh my God, if there was a roof on that building, they would have blown it right off. It was awesome. But
yeah, great performance from those guys.
They're so talented. But yeah, we were so lucky to have them. But you can watch that at the Portland Film Festival site. And then we also found out yesterday we're in the Maui Film Festival as of yesterday.
Does that mean you get to write off a trip to Maui?
Well, here's the deal. It's partially in person, partially not. And the part that's in person I can't make, which stinks. So yeah, but
at least it's there, and that's a great way to get the film out.
It's good. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Keep
you.
farting. Don't ever stop. And tell all your friends that Trump means fart in England.
Yes. Oh, I'm on that.
Tell all your friends.
And we got to have you on Wide World of Doug's, of course.
Let's make that happen.
Yes.
Right, do it.
We're going to make fun of your name so hard. Well, you're going to make fun of your name.
Listen, if you guys can come up with something that I haven't heard, whiskey and beer on me.
All right.
And pizza.
Okay.
I mean, good luck.
Just no Irish car bomb, please.
Oh, fuck that. Thanks, Doug.
Love you. Love you.
All right, take note, Doug Benson. Other noted Doug Mellard. I think that's the one Mellard. That's the one, Doug Mellard. He said, I love you at the end of the interview there, because that's what you do on this show, all right? I don't know anything, but I know at the end of an interview, I always say I love you. And you didn't give it back to me, Doug Benson, so I'm still angry with you. But I will be seeing you on your podcast soon. Make sure you follow Doug Mellard. That's literally his social media name. That's wonderful. So you can find him on Instagram, on Twitter, on all the stuff. And then, go download the Fart Safaris. Lots of fun. Trump Safaris, if you will. I really wish that had caught on. Is it too late to make it happen? President Fart? I think it's too late. All right, anyway, I'm out of here. I'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. Love you. Thanks for listening. You can find more episodes and all of our other Hot Pie Media originals baked fresh daily at our home online at hotpiemedia.com, the Hot Pie Media YouTube channel, or wherever you listen to podcasts.